Jadi dia mampu meniru, ya persis seperti Barack Obama, mantan Presiden Amerika Serikat, pada saat beliau berpidato. Jadi,
tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence on this stage is pretty unlike. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya. He grew up herding goats, went to school in a tin roof shack. His father, my grandfather, was a cook, a domestic servant to the British. But my grandfather had larger dream for his son. Through hard work and perseverance, my father got a scholarship to study at a magical place, America, that shone as a beacon of freedom and opportunity to so many who had come before. While studying here, my father met my mother. She was born in a town on the other side of the world, in Kansas. My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith in the possibilities of this nation. They would give me an African name, Barak, or blessed, believing that in a tolerant America, your name is no barrier to success. They imagined me going to the best schools in the land, even though they weren't rich, because in a generous America, you don't have to be rich to achieve your potential. They both passed away now, and yet I know that on this night, they do look down on me with great pride. They stand here, and I stand here today, grateful for the diversity of my heritage, aware that my parents' dreams live on in my two precious daughters. I stand here knowing that my story is a part of a larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible. Tonight, we gather to affirm the greatness of our nation. Not because of the height of our skyscrapers, or the power of our military, or the size of our economy. Our pride is based on a very simple premise, summed up in a declaration made over 200 years ago. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable right, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the true genius of America. Faith in simple dreams, and insistence on small miracles, that we can tuck in our children at night and know that they're fed and clothed and safe from harm. That we can say what we think, write what we think without hearing sudden knock on the door. That we can have an idea and start our own business without paying a bribe. That we can participate in the political process without fear of retribution, and that our votes will be counted, at least most of the time. This year, in this election, we are called to reaffirm our values and our commitment, to hold them against the hard reality, and see how we're measuring up the legacy of our forebears and the promise of future generations. And my fellow Americans, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, I say to you tonight, we have more work to do. More work to do for the workers of in Galesburg, Illinois, who are losing the union jobs at the Maytag plants moving to Mexico, and now having to compete with their own children for jobs that pay $7 an hour. More to do for the father that I met, who was losing his job and choking back the tears, wondering how he would pay $4,500 a month for the drugs his son needs without the health benefit that he counted on. More to do for the young woman in Nancy Lewis and thousands more like her, who has the grades, has the drives, has the will, but doesn't have the money to go to college. Now, don't get me wrong, the people I meet in small town and big cities and diners and office parks, they don't expect government to solve all their problems. They know they have to work hard to get ahead, and they want to. Go into the college counties around Chicago, and people will tell you they don't want the tax money wasted by a welfare agency or by the Pentagon. Going to any inner city neighborhood, and folks will tell you government alone can't teach their kids to learn. They know that parents have to teach that children can't achieve unless we raise their expectations and turn up the television sets and eradicate the slander that says a black youth with a book is acting white. They know those things. People don't expect People don't expect government to solve all their problems, but they sense deep in their bones that with just a slight change in priority, we can make sure that every child in America has a decent shot at life. For alongside of our famous individualism, there is another ingredient in the American saga: the belief that we're all connected as one people. If there is a child in the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there is a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for the prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and rent, that makes my life poor even if it's not my grandparent. If there is an Arab American family being rounded up without the benefit of attorney or due process, that brightens my civil living. It is that fundamental belief, I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper, that makes this country work. That's what allows us to pursue our individual dreams, and yet still come together as one American family. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Now, even if we speak, there are those who are preparing to divide us. The spin masters, the negative ad peddlers, who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America or a conservative America, there is the United States of America. There is not a black America or a white America or Latino America or Asian America, there is the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states. Red states for Republicans, blue states for Democrats. But I've got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states. And it's not like federal legends spoken around the library in the red states. We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the stars and stripes. All of us defending the United States of America. In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in the politics of cynicism, or do we participate in the politics of hope? It's a hope of slaves sitting around fire singing freedom songs. It's a hope of a young naval lieutenant bravely patrolling the Mekong Delta. It's a hope of a mill worker's son who dares to defy the odds. It's a hope of a skinny kid with a funny name who believes that America has a place for him too. Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope. In the end, that's God's greatest gift to us. The bedrock of this nation. The belief in things unseen. The belief that there are better days ahead. I believe that we can provide our middle class relief and provide working families with the road to opportunities. I believe that we can provide jobs for the jobless, homes for the homeless, and reclaim young people across the cities in America from violence and despair. I belive that we have the righteous winds in our backs, and as we stand on the crossroads of history, we can make the right choices and meet the challenges that face us. And out of this long political darkness, a brighter day will come. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you.
Jadi kalau Anda saksikan tadi itu hampir sulit dibedakan ya. Jadi sama saja dengan pidato seorang Barack Obama dengan yang dia sampaikan ya. Apalagi kan dia melakukan parodi ya terhadap pidatonya Barack Obama itu. Luar biasa ya. Nah, dia ini siapa sesungguhnya ya? Ya, dia ini salah satu putra terbaik asal Lombok, Nusa Tenggara Barat ya. Jadi dia menyelesaikan program doktoralnya itu di Amerika Serikat di usianya yang masih muda. Kalau saya tidak salah usianya masih sekitar 30-an ya, tapi dia sudah menyelesaikan program doktoralnya di Amerika Serikat belum lama ini ya. Ini tentu sangat luar biasa. Jadi namanya Ahmad dari Lombok, Nusa Tenggara Barat ya. Jadi ini juga bisa menjadi inspirasi bagi generasi muda Indonesia. Jadi kalau saya mengikuti akun media sosial yang bersangkutan itu memang dia mengakui bahwa dia memang sangat fans dengan sosok seorang Barack Obama ya. Karena kemampuan bagaimana seorang Barack Obama itu berpidato di hadapan publik dan mampu ya menyita perhatian publik luas. Makanya dia ngefans sekali dengan Barack Obama sampai dia meniru benar-benar pidato seorang Barack Obama. Jadi kalau Anda saksikan tadi itu betul-betul mirip sekali ya. Jadi gaya dia, ekspresi nonverbalnya, maupun juga intonasi-intonasi yang dia sampaikan itu hampir sama seperti seorang Barack Obama. Ya. Nah, apakah Anda bisa melakukan hal seperti itu? Ya, coba saja ya. Siapa tahu Anda bisa melakukan hal seperti itu. Apakah mirip seperti seorang Barack Obama? Ya.